I'm Tom from Pack Hacker, and in this video we're taking a detailed look at the Peak Design Field Pouch version 2 that I've been testing for 2 weeks. Make sure to check out packhacker.com for the full written review, link down in the description below, and let's dive in. Okay, so the main material on the outside of this is a 400D double poly-coated nylon canvas shell, and that's a mouthful, but basically it's got a bit of a heritage vibe, and then you can tell that it's coated as well to help with additional weather resistance. This is the ash gray colorway. I think it looks really nice. Personally, I like the midnight blue the best in the everyday lineup. Your mileage may vary. And then we have these leather touch points as well on the ash gray version. So I think that's nice. I believe the black version will have Hypalon here, so that's a bit of a difference. Now, my favorite thing about the Field Pocket, I think, is this strap right here. It's just so simple. When it's doubled up like this, it fits perfectly cross-body on the front of my body and in sling style. And then if you want to turn it into a crossbody bag, you just simply wear it by one strap. And I really love that versatility. It's super simple. There's no, multiple buckles. There's just a small adjuster buckle down here to help you out with either of those two carry styles. But there's no big buckle here. It's nice and thin, so it's got that versatility as well. Now, they attach here with these plastic buckles. This is similar to the lash straps on the everyday backpacks. So it's a very similar style there. There's kind of these folded over paracordy type attachment points here. They're not paracord because it looks like it kind of folds in. But those just easily attach. Now, you could potentially use the Peak Design quick release system here. So take a look at our tech pouch review, Peak Design tech pouch review, and you'll see what I'm talking about, where you can kind of use that quick release system to use other straps as well. And then, these are just a little bit different because they're just plastic. So that quick release system would give you additional strap carry options and just more versatility in general. So now you can also carry this by your belt. So if you thread it through here, this little back panel, you can just wear it dad style on your belt. So it's really nice to have that access down right by your waist. You can get this up and then get a quick look inside relatively quickly. So that about covers the outside. I just want to mention these two spaces here. That's for the capture clip. So if you want to have a camera on here, things like that, you can install the capture clip, which is really nice. Nice to have that option. This thing's just kind of a workhorse. So I've mostly been using it for EDC purposes, but it's got a lot of camera features as well, which we can get into in a second. Now, the access to this thing, it's just a strip of Velcro on the top. You have this leather reinforcement touch point that helps a little bit with the structure on the top. Kind of helps seal it off too when you're folding it back down, flap style. Now, with the Velcro, I'm not super impressed with it. I feel like Peak Design is always doing amazing stuff with magnets, and we don't see any of that here with the Field Pouch V2. Now it's just kind of Velcro. That being said, it's really easy to fasten down. Some of the times when you have these targets, you can kind of get it all borked and off to the side. It can be hard to fasten, but it's been pretty easy with the Field Pouch V2. So access there, I would say, is good. I mean, you can see just how much fabric folds down too. So that helps a ton with weather resistance. These corner pockets, aren't sticking out. Like, that's one of the problems we have with the V1 everyday backpack. Way back in the day, when you folded the top flap down, these corners would be open, but that's not the case here. You got plenty of weather resistance in the Field Pouch, which is cool. Just no magnets, no oh my gosh, I can't believe they did it that way. That little bit of delight that you get from a lot of Peak Design products isn't there when it comes to the access. So just kind of a slight con, I guess, against themselves. Not a lot of other brands are doing amazing stuff with magnets. So it's not that big of a deal, but for a Peak Design product, I was kind of hoping there would be some clever access. Now, when we get inside, I think that the organization in here is really, really good. So we have these kind of meshy pockets up towards the front. You can see there are 3 of them to segment the gear. Oops, lost it there. So I've just got some Jabra Elite headphones over here on the side. Those are the 85Ts. Zippo lighter in the middle. And then off to the side here, I've just got my keys sticking in there. So That's nice. I like that you get a little bit of compartmentalization up in the front without completely locking things off with a zipper. Things stayed in here pretty well, like my Zippo definitely did, because that stuck down to the bottom. But those keys that I just pulled out, those are a little bit more unwieldy, less wieldy, I guess one would say. So those kind of had a tendency to flop out in the main compartment, which isn't that big of a deal, but just note that. And then I've just got my phone in here. This is a maxed sized iPhone, and then I've got just a little topo pouch with some additional accessories. Gonna set that up to the side so I can really give you a view of what's going on in here. You've got this light gray lining and this sort of meshy, stretchy material on the pocket, which is really nice and visible too. So especially on the black version, if you have black gear, that's, you know, that lead liner is great. Otherwise, it's just gonna be this dark color. Hard to see your gear on top of it. Now, if we open up this zipper, you can just see that I've got a battery bank and a small notebook in here too. I'm gonna set that off to the side. And yeah, basically just this zippered pocket in the back, really nice to have that option just to keep things a little bit separated. If I had a passport, I'd put it in here because it's relatively secure. Now, no pocket on the outside. They chose to go with a belt contraption here instead, so you can kind of thread your belt through. So a lot of bags will have like an exterior pocket, but not the case here. So just note that. A lot of these little slings will do that. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little pockets up here for SD cards or any smaller accessories that you can imagine. So obviously Peak Design being very geared towards photographers, nice to have that option. Now this is a pre-production sample. I am seeing a little bit of loose threading there, which doesn't happen too often with Peak Design, but that's no bueno to see that right off the bat. And then yeah, just some like soft material down here at the bottom, kind of felty. So if you have any electronics, they'll be protected from getting scratched and whatnot. So there you have it, the Peak Design Field Pouch V2. Head over to packhacker.com for more information and the full review, as well as the best buying options that help support our channel at no additional cost to you. Thanks for keeping it here at Pack Hacker, your guide to better gear. We'll see you in the next video.